Hello and welcome to the live stream. This is Curley playing Severn. I am Randall Noppinger. I am joined here with Noah Sains. Noah, say hi.
Hello.
We are about to get the game underway. The captains are coming out currently for the coin toss. Looking at the stats for Curley, Devin Thompson is the leading rusher with 371 yards. So he is hot at the moment because that's after 2 games. So Curley's definitely want to rely on the run game for now. Even though their passing yards aren't bad either. Kofi Call, after 2 games, has 186 passing yards. That's pretty good, but as you can see, even the second rusher, Julian Howard, has 231 yards. So Curley's definitely going to want to rely on their run game. Now Severn has the first game, Jaden Queen has 52 rushing yards. So while that's not the most amount of yards, they still also have a run game. Unfortunately, we don't have any stats for the passing game, but it's going to be interesting to see how Curley's defense can hold up. Here comes the rest of the team out onto the field. We are getting ready for Curley versus Severn. Should be
Looking forward to a very good game today.
Yeah, very good game. Very, very good game. Temperature currently is 71 degrees outside. It is cloudy, but it is very windy. So it definitely does not feel like a crisp 71 September day. Should be interesting to see if the wind affects the ball movement at all or affects the players' fatigue. So once it gets colder, players start cramping up. Once that happens, more injuries occur. So it'll be very interesting to see how this temperature affects everybody. Looks like Severn is receiving the ball for the first half, which means Curley kickoff. So we will start on our defensive side. And here's a quick message before we start.
Welcome to Archbishop Curley High School for this afternoon's contest between the visiting Admirals of Severn and your Archbishop Curley Friars. Curley is a proud member of the MIAA, and we remind all spectators and fans that the MIAA encourages and promotes sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. Offensive language, including profanity, racial or ethnic slurs, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, event staff, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, we ask that you please rise and direct your attention to our flag, located at the top of the bowl by the concession stands, for the playing of our national anthem.
Here is Noah Sains with a quick announcement from our Alumni Cup Soccer game.
Calling all fans of Curley Soccer. Come support the Friars on October 11th under the lights in the Curley Bowl for the annual Bernie Ref Alumni Cup game against Calvert Hall. Admission is $5 and game time is set for 7 p.m. A reception for Curley soccer alumni will take place in the SDR following the game.
Looking at stats from past games, looking at the score, Curley, the first game against Bishop O'Connell, they won 35-0, so that's a big scoring game. And then they played Annapolis Area Christian 47-15, also another high-scoring game. So I think the way Curley's going to go is they're going to score touchdowns early, get that score up there, to then hopefully just coast throughout the game. Looking at Severn's, they've lost. They are 0-2 currently. Their first game they lost 0-30, and then their second game they lost 3-35. So they're really going to have to step up their game if they want to play against Curley, because Curley is a high-scoring team. So we are getting ready for kickoff.
The Admirals will receive the kick.
This is Robert Winfield for the kick. And it's a squib. Severn touches it and then immediately goes down at the 32. So it would be a 1st and 10 for Severn as the offense comes on the field and Curley's defense comes on the field. Looking at the leader tackle, Josh Knapp. He's going to want to get ahead early in this game, keep that count high. Severn looks to line up in the ball, looks to be some confusion with who's on the field.
Getting lined up.
Severn gets into single back. They got 3 receivers in the tight end. They hike it. It's a quick squeen for an incomplete. Squeen. It's a nice screen pass.
Second down.
Fortunately, it was just a little too high for him to grab. It looked like, though, that the blocks were lining up, Noah, that if he would have been able to catch that ball, that he would have gotten some yardage on that. So that was a good play by Severn. Just unlucky. They line up in the single back formation again, 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. It's a pass for a quick little slant pass to number 11, who gets tackled for a gain of 2.
And it is out.
It's third down. Third down now.
Complete to number 11, Joe Kantowski. It's 3rd down.
Be interesting to see how Severn lines up here. Just 3rd and 8. Get a referee timeout. Severn lines up here again in single back formation again. The tight end and 4 receivers. To pass play. See, there is a flag on the play. Severn catches it for about a gain of 5. Unfortunately, that is just short of the 4th down. Flag was in the backfield. Holding on Severn.
Pass complete to number 11, Joe Kantowski. It's 4th down.
Holding's going to bring the ball back and cancel that play out. No.
Hey, what's the link for the what's the link?
Holding on the
We have some cheering but from Catholic High over here.
3rd and long because of the flag on the last play.
Severn is lining up once more.
Single back formation again. Seems like they really like this formation. Go to a pass play. The side quarterback swings out looking for his man and is incomplete. Curley looked like they almost had their hands on that ball. There could have been a nice interception.
Right for him.
It could have been a nice pickup, right? Would have been at the 20-yard line. We would have set him up for good field position. Unfortunately, it was incomplete. So now Severn brings on the punt team. Punt returner standing back at the 50-yard line.
Ooh, he dropped it.
Oh, punter drops it, and he drops it but he's down at the 2-yard line. First and goal, Curley. Couldn't tell if that was a bad snap or the punter couldn't get his hands on it, but
overcame him, I guess.
So Curley, this is their first time on offense. They will get the ball at the 2-yard line.
This is a very lucky chance right here for Curley.
Absolutely, very good
right
starting
near
field position, yeah.
Touchdown.
They almost had that pick and had good starting position, but then they decided to go for it, and the punter dropped it, so. QB sneak. He's in for the touchdown. That is number 5, Jacob Biggs.
And that makes it 6-0.
And that is
Curley.
his first touchdown. Here we go for the extra point, excuse me.
Let's see if Curley can make it 7-0.
Kicks up.
And it's in.
Good. Starting score is 7-0 for Curley. That's a really good first drive. That just boosts your confidence for the rest of the game to be able to capitalize on that muff punt. Curley's lining up for the kickoff again, looking for their defense to get back out on the field. While we're waiting, Noah's gonna give us a little update. It's a little message about homecoming.
Attention all alumni and friends of Curley. Homecoming 2019 on October 19th is quickly approaching. Don't miss varsity soccer taking on Loyola beginning at 11 a.m., followed by varsity football versus St. Paul's at 2 p.m. A reminder to our soccer alumni that the alumni soccer game will be taking place that morning beginning at 9 a.m., and the alumni tent will be opening at 12:30. Don't forget to attend our annual pre-homecoming party at Della Rosa's Perry Hall Pub on a Honey Go Center Drive, beginning at 7 p.m. on Friday, October 18th.
So after the kickoff, Severn gets the ball at the 21st yard line. Offense coming back on the field, looking to hopefully have a better drive than last one. Looking for their first down. Seems to be a flag on the play and that everyone's moving up.
Penalty on Curley after the return by Justin Queen.
His penalty is on Curley, so the ball gets moved 10 yards forward. 15 yards forward. Severn runs it for a gain of about 1. So now second down.
Second down. You're not.
Severn lines up again in the single back formation.
Seems like their go-to this game.
And it's a toss play to the right, but Curley is quick on the play, able to drop him for a loss.
Carry by number 4, Jaden Queen. Stopped by number 6, Devin Thompson. It's third down.
So it looks like they lost about 5 or 6 on the play, so that puts them back for third down.
Hopefully they can make up all those yards they just lost.
So it's third and long. Severn lines up in the I formation. It's a heavy run formation. You got 2 wide receivers on the outside. Curley looks to blitz. They send the pressure. Severn gets about 2 on the play, which makes it 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Curley switching up, bringing on their punt return team as Severn brings on their punt team. Hopefully they can have a better punt than last time. Hopefully it's a good snap and the punter is actually able to get it in his hands. They do not want a repeat of what happened last time. Ball snapped. Looks to be about a 30-yard punt or so, right on the 45. Curley will get the ball again after scoring a rushing touchdown. Already up 7-0.
8 minutes are still on the clock.
Yep, 8 minutes in the first quarter. You know, Curley's really going to look to get the ball in the end zone, or at least a field goal to get some points to put them 2 scores up. Come out in a gun formation. Curley runs it up for about a gain of 3. And that's something that they're going to want to look to do soon and fast, is get the run game going.
I think their key here is to push through the defense.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, you get that run game started
Go
early.
right through.
Yeah, you get the run game started, you get the defense unquestioning, and then you hit them over the top with a big pass. I wouldn't be surprised if Curley comes out here with another run play. Line up again in the same gun formation with the same motion. And they run the play the other way. About 3rd and, is that 2?
Carry by number 6, Devin Thompson. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. It looks to be a 3rd and 2. Curley comes out, looking to get this first down, hopefully to put some points on the board instead of just punting it the other way. Line up again in the same gun formation. And it's just a run right up the middle. Flag on the play.
Carry by number 6, Devin Thompson. There's a flag down.
Refs seem to be discussing this flag. See who would be interested in one. Flag was thrown at the line, so it'd be interesting to see if it is holding since it was thrown during the play, but it could have been a delayed offsides. Either way, it doesn't look like it's on Curley from this moment, but we never want to speak too soon.
And maybe this
There's no flag on the play. So after some discussion, the refs decided that whatever they saw, I guess they didn't see, which would make this 4th down. 4th and 2.
They'll either take a pass, a large pass, or maybe even try sending Devin Thompson back out there.
Well, what's interesting is that they're not punting. They're going for it on 4th down. Severn seems to stuff Curley on the play, so that'll be a turnover of downs. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that play, Noah. I feel like if you would punt it, you could pin them in the backfield deep, the ball and have Severn go the full length to then hopefully hold them. Your defense has been playing good, so I would have just punted it and let Severn have the ball. But now Severn gets probably the best field position that they've had all game so far. So here's Severn lining up, hopefully to make something out of it in the I formation.
Their best so far was all the way back at like the 10-yard line.
Right. So this is really good field position. It's a run to the left, getting some blocks, powering through.
Makes it onto the...
Looks like about a gain of 6 or so.
21, Colin Irving of the Admirals. It's second down.
Second down.
3 to go. So 2nd and 3. It's a short second down. Now they haven't had good passing plays yet, so it'll be interesting to see if they come and run it again to get this 2 yards, or even go play action. You know, fake the run and then throw it over top for big yardage.
I've not seen any of those kind of throws in a long time.
It's a run to the right, and Curley's able to stuff it, but then the running back actually got a couple yards there. So
that might give them the upper edge.
Still looks like to be 3rd down.
3rd down.
3rd and 2. So they got a yard on that play. Severn lines up, runs the ball for a 3rd time in a row, gets absolutely just stuffed at the line of scrimmage.
And gets pushed back.
Yeah, it loses about a yard on the play. So it's 4th and 4. Be interesting to see if they punt it here or if they just try to go for it instead of giving Curley the ball back. They seem to be going forward on 4th and 4. Punt team is not on yet. Line up in the I formation again. Be interesting to see what they do. It's a play action for the pass. Wide receiver,
pass is number 30.
Who gets good yardage on the play, and that's.
And
there seems to be a flag on the play.
Jacob Todd's pass is complete.
Refs seem to be discussing this. The flag seemed to be towards the end of the play after 30 called it and ran. It'd be interesting to see if it's on Curley, pass interference, or a late hit. Or it could even be on Severn. And it is holding. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a legal block in the back on Severn, so that's going to come back, and that's going to push it to 4th down, 4th and long. Basically negates that play.
Let's see if they go for the punt or continue to play through it.
Come out in the I formation again. 2 receivers lined up, waiting for a pass. Play action again. Curley brings the pressure. QB's able to roll out and escape with the throw to number 30. Oh, and it was tipped. It was tipped to number 20. Unfortunately, he was not able to grab that, which means that it is a turnover on downs.
And again, once again, it is Curley's ball.
Taking about the 50-yard line. Be interesting to see what Curley does here. Again, looking for that 2nd score. To score early and score high.
So the earlier you get scores, well, the better.
Right. You score now while everyone's still fresh. Seems to be a screen to the left. Blocks are lining up. Staying in bounds. Staying in bounds for a big gain.
Yeah. Number 1 just takes it down the field.
It's a big, very big gain. Curley seems to be lighting up very quickly, going into no huddle offense. wants to catch Severn off guard here. They're going to go right back to that gun formation. Motion the other way. They're going to give the ball right back to number 1, who's got blocks all the way up.
Ooh.
Looks to be very close to a first down.
And they push him back.
Maybe, yeah. Severn may have held them. It is 2nd and 1. It is 2nd and 1. There's 2 very good plays right back to back. Big yardage. Curley able to make up ground very quickly.
One seems to be a good runner.
That was the biggest play of this game so far. The lineup again, and it's a pass. Oh.
Number 22 just fails to get a grip on the ball.
Yeah, it almost looked like if he would have had that in his hands, he was in stride, and there was no safety back there to stop him. So if he would have caught that, he definitely would have ran in for the touchdown. Unfortunately, he dropped it, so it is now 3rd and 3. It's 3 minutes left in the quarter. Curley lines up. Shotgun formation. Severn looks to blitz. Blitz gets picked up. Curley goes in. And it is not a touchdown.
Devin Thompson with the carry.
First down. First and goal.
And this time it was
Devin Thompson again on the
number
run.
6.
Curley lines up 1st and goal, looking to put a score, put this ball in the end zone.
And get that 2nd point that they've been trying to get.
Now they don't want a field goal. They obviously are looking for the touchdown, but I think Curley would be happy right now with the field goal to make it 10-0. Obviously they want to look for that 2nd touchdown to make it 14-0. They motion again on this screen. Blocks lined up. Curley walks in for the touchdown.
Number 20 makes it in.
Number 20, it's Q Elliott.
Sorry, I think that's number 28 actually. But
Carry was by Sekou Elliott.
either way, a great play by Curley.
Seems to be actually a flag on the play, and it was holding on Curley, so that ball's actually coming back, which negates that touchdown. So about 1st and goal again, on the ball's on the 15. Curley looking to replicate that play that happened. Curley lines up shotgun formation with a run. Gets about a gain of 6 or so. Seems to be another flag on the play. Holding again on Curley. Still 1st down, but that's actually going to push the ball all the way back to the about the 24-yard line. So Curley had big plays, but now they're basically back to where they started based on flags, based on penalties. You know, it's one thing that you don't want is penalties in this game. So they line up again. Shotgun.
2 penalties now.
Pass play. Hits number 22 over top. Gaining about 15. Puts the ball down around the 6-yard line. Makes it 2nd and 5. And it looks like that play from earlier, where he's going for number 22 again. And he hits him in stride and is able to.
But while in stride, a little trip.
Severn was right there behind him following. Curley lines up, shotgun formation, with a motion from the outside receiver. They run it with their halfback the other way. Fortunately, he gets stuffed for a loss of yardage. Makes it 3rd down.
It's 3rd down.
So it's 3rd and 9, right, 3rd and goal on the 9-yard line. Curley definitely looking to put this in the end zone.
Severn switches out one of their players.
Some last minute substitutes. Looks to be a pass to the outside. Number 7.
Severn blocks that pass.
That is good defense. You know, it was contested the entire way. Curley brings on their kicking team to make this score 10-0. Put this game 2 scores up. This is the first kick from Josh Knapp, other than his extra point. And it is good. That makes this score 10-0. You know, no, that was a good drive. The only thing that hurt Curley was the penalties.
Yeah,
they definitely don't want to get the penalties.
Yeah, they were close to the field goal. Penalties just kept pushing them back.
They started this off, you know, when they were 1st and goal, they were probably at the 3rd-yard line, 3rd, 4th, and then just 2 holding calls, and they're already back to the 23rd. So, you know, it's definitely not something that you want to do. That's not good. That just hurts your team, those penalties.
Especially the player that got them.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just not good for the morale. It's not good for the thoughts. Well, it was a good drive. They just gotta not have penalties. Curley is lined up to kick off. Severn's looking to return.
Hopefully they can get a really good kickoff here. Unlike all the other ones during the game. Ooh.
This one has to go back a little bit. He gets the ball at the 1-yard line.
And number 4 is running with it.
And he's got blocks up to about the 35. Maybe a little bit past the 35.
Admirals kickoff return by number 4, Jaden Green. It'll be Admirals ball, 1st down.
And Severn's really looking to move the ball here. They haven't had the ball on the opposing side of the field. So they're looking to really move this ball down to the end zone. You know, not that they need a score, but it would be really nice to at least get a field goal to get 3 points on the board to make it at least a 1-score game. So they're currently down 2 scores, 10-0.
I mean, number 4 really showed that they were trying their best to get to the other side. I mean, he pushed.
Yeah, absolutely. They line up here, I formation, 1st and 10. The run play up the middle. Gets about 2 yards on the play. Severn seems to really stick into the run game, which unfortunately Curley's just plowing right through the middle, able to hold them and stop them.
But it seems like it is helping them a little bit. Better than just like running right through the middle.
Line up, 2nd and 9.
I mean, I think Curley, at least like when they were on offense, they found out the easy way that going right through the middle was not helping.
Looks to be a QB run to the outside. Gets about 2 yards on the play, 2-1.
It's 3rd down.
It's Curley's 3rd down. 3rd and 7. Severn needs a big play to get this 1st down. Ten seconds left in the quarter, so this might be the last play of the quarter. Or they might just try to fake the handoff to try to get Curley to jump. Looks to just be standing there to let the clock die, and that does it. That is the end of the 1st quarter.
That was a very good quarter for Curley. They got a big lead on Severn.
Yeah, to come out 10-0 in the 1st quarter, that's going to help them a lot going into the locker room at halftime. We still have another quarter to play before that, but it's just gonna boost all of the morale of the entire team. In between quarters here, we have an announcement about open house that Noah will read.
Do you have a son interested in a Curley education? Are you an alumnus of Curley? Are you planning to attend this year's open house? If you answered yes to these questions, be sure to register for our annual Alumni Sons reception during open house weekend on October 26th and 27th. Contact our admissions office for further details.
So this is our first live stream game, but we have another one Friday, September 27th, also starting at 4. Curley is home against St. Mary's, so be on the lookout for that live stream of football. Severn lines up here, second down, ball at the 40, 3rd and 7. They go with a quick run play.
And Severn is probably in hopes that they can get a lead here, get back up on the board.
Looks like Severn got stuffed on that, so it's now 4th and 7. Be interesting to see if they go for it or if they punt it off again. Looks like they bring their punt team on, or the punt team on. Low snap.
And the ball lands on the 35 marker.
After the punt will be Curley ball on the 39-yard line.
39. It looked like the ball kind of bounced a couple more times to the 35, but the ball is actually placed on the 39-yard line. So Curley gets the ball here, 1st and 10. You don't want to say this is a put-away drive, but if Curley were to score here, they'd be up 3 scores, and it'd be a very hard time for Severn to come back.
Not that it would it be impossible, but...
No, definitely not impossible. So Curley runs it up here for a gain about 1. Maybe even just got back to the line of scrimmage. Curley breaks huddle.
Curley's definitely still trying, but seems like Severn is just...
Yeah, Severn's starting to read the defense now. They're starting to know how to counteract the plays that Curley keeps putting. They run the screen run for a gain about 5 yards to the left. And it seems that Severn is starting to pick up some of their plays, but then you get a play like that where they've been running that same type of motion run, and they
gun right, yeah.
Where they have that guy motioning, and they hand the ball off to the motion already in full sprint, and they're able to get 5 yards. So hopefully Curley can get another 5 yards here and get that 1st down. Looks to be a pass play, number 22, open. He catches the ball in stride, and he's walking. He breaks a tackle, but the tackler's able to recover.
Almost juked Severn.
It was almost a good juke. He was able to get around him, but the tackler was able to recover from that. So Curley moves the ball all the way down to the 11-yard line.
That was a very good play by 22.
It's not 1st and goal, but 1st and 10. Curley lining up again quickly. And they run it to the right. Able to pound through to about the 7-yard line.
There's a flag down.
But there is a flag on the play. Flag looks to be at the line of scrimmage. Be interesting to see if it's a holding call again.
Severn lining up and substituting.
The chop block. It's basically where you block them right in the legs and you take out the defender from the play. That is unfortunately illegal in football, so you cannot do that. So that's actually going to back Curley up here.
the legal block by the Friars. It will remain first down.
So it stays first down, but now it's first and long. Curley at the 28-yard line.
So Curley can regain those yards they lost.
Yeah, looking for another big play. And they counter it. And he's
Number
able
24.
to get up. Touchdown, number 24.
24, Julian Howard with the carry for a
That's Julian Howard.
touchdown.
Julian Howard able to dip, dive, dodge, dip, and duck all the way through Severn, able to get to the end zone. That is Julian Howard's first touchdown of the game. Curley lining up here to kick the extra point to make it 17-0.
And that is
Extra point is good.
Extra point is good, making it 17-7. Josh Knapp, the kicker for Curley, is perfect so far, hitting 2 extra points and 1 field goal. Hopefully he can keep that strength. 9 minutes left in the second quarter. 9 minutes until halftime. You know, with Severn getting the ball here, they're really looking to get some sort of score. You don't want to go into halftime being down 17-0. You definitely want to get some sort of score here. You know, luckily they have timeouts. They'll have the 2-minute warning that stops the clock. But really, they're looking to get something in the end zone. While a field goal, you know, helps because they're still down by 3 scores. They really want to look to get their first touchdown of the day. Curley lines up for the kickoff. Looks to be a muff punt. Curley saying they have the ball. And they do. It is Curley's ball. And Severn's just being unlucky here. First having that punt earlier in the game, with the punter not being able to hold on to it. And now the punt returner for Severn on this kickoff, it just hits him in the chest, can't get his hands on it. Puts the ball at about the 22-yard line.
and into Curley's hands.
Curley looking to capitalize this.
It's new year, new people. Never know what might happen.
Curley lines up in that gun formation that they always do. Looks to be a pass. It's number 19. Breaks one tackle.
And makes it
Almost to the end zone. Looks to
almost.
be at the first, maybe at the 2nd-yard line.
First down, Curley.
You know, they're,
an inch of a yard away. About.
the ball is being placed on the 2nd, on the 2. Curley looking to punch it in here. You know, one thing Curley did good was they were able to run that ball, establish the run game, and able to, you know, make the defense guess. But now, with these past couple plays, Curley has been able to throw the ball because Severn's expecting that run. Curley's stuffed on that play, making it.
This is a
second
great
down.
way to start the year.
Tackled by number 22, Colin Donovan.
Yeah, I mean, they're already 2-0, so if they would win this game, they'd go to 3-0. It's just the absolute best way to start this game, start the year. Curley lines up in the gun formation.
8:40 left on the clock.
Curley goes for the pass, but unfortunately it is incomplete. It makes it 3rd down. 3rd and goal on the 6-yard line. Curley looking to punch it in here. They're really looking for that touchdown. If they were to get this touchdown, that would just, just go into their lead. Severn's really going to have to make some sort of comeback here, and going to have to make it big.
Thompson on the carry, touchdown.
Devin
Flyers.
Thompson, and that is a touchdown. It's Devin Thompson's first touchdown of the game. Curley lines up for the extra point.
I mean, David Thompson is doing very good this game. I mean, considering the fact that he has a touchdown and he's gotten many yards.
The
Extra point is good, so that makes it 24 to nothing.
The Admirals, nothing.
That's that's going to be a hard comeback for Severn to do. Before kickoff, we have a little announcement regarding Career Day.
Calling all Curley alumni. Are you interested in sharing your passion and professional wisdom with Curley students? Take part in our annual Career Day program on November 21st. Contact our alumni office to learn how you can join in on this year's program.
If you like what we're doing here, please subscribe, share this with your friends. Please comment, tell us what,
Smash that like button.
and smash that like button. We want to get this out there. This is it's the second year of doing this live streaming. We definitely want it to continue to grow.
First year as the well-known Friars Nation.
That is right. Curley lining up for the kickoff. Curley kicks it. Severn there to return it. Able to get his hands on it this time. He's looking for a lane to run up, but they all kept closing very quickly, so able to hold him to about a 15, 20-yard return.
Still good push. Not as good as the last one, but still good push.
Ball gets placed on the 20. It'll be 1st and 10 for Severn. Really looking to move the ball here. They got to get something on this board with 8 minutes left. Yeah, that's
Okay, so that's how you could tell.
Sometimes it's wrong, but I also know.
Okay.
But yeah, you see where it says to go?
Yeah.
So it's 10 yards to go. So it'd be 1st and 10.
Okay.
Turn us
Optimus
up.
Navigator. This controls both.
Oh, sorry, turn us up then.
3, 2.
After that play, 2nd down. Lost about a yard on that, so it's 2nd and 11. Severn looking for a big play here to get back in this game.
8 minutes left on the clock.
Line up in the I formation. 2 people in the backfield, 2 wide out. Lots of linemen. It's a run to the left. Able to get a couple blocks. Bob Weave up his way for about a gain of 4. But that makes it 3rd.
3rd down.
It's Curley's 3rd down. About 3rd and 7. Curley's looking for another big stop here.
Severn lining back up.
Looks to be a pass play. Short pass.
Pass to number 10.
Looks to be a short pass. He's still not going down. And that looks to be enough for 1st down. So that is Severn's, I think that's Severn's first down in this game. So maybe they sparked some sort of fire, but they got fire. in that.
Resisting is really the way to go, I guess. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it pays off in the end.
Severn lines up for another pass play.
Pass
Leads
it
number
to 30.
Gets a gain, about 4 on the play. Makes it second down.
It's second down.
You know, it's still only 71 degrees out, but I feel like the wind has picked up, which makes it feel a lot colder. Interesting to see if it's, if that's affecting Severn's play at all with the wind.
And the way the ball flies.
Right, because when you throw the ball, right, if you don't have a tight spiral on it and the ball's not spinning fast enough, that wind's going to blow the ball and make it do some weird stuff. So that could be the reason why people aren't playing passes. Looks to be some confusion in the backfield of Severn after they line up. QB just takes off. Gets to, actually loses a couple yards on the play.
13 was back there, just seemed like he was just confused of where to go.
Yeah, Severn hiked the ball and he ran right into his fullback. So maybe it was a run play to the wrong side, or there was some miscommunication that happened.
Hey, let's go.
Severn lining up again, 3rd and 10. Looks to be a big play. Caught Curley off.
The way the points are lining up, it feels like the Ravens game all over again.
But that's not even how you spell it anyway.
So after the jump offside, ball gets moved up 5 yards. That would make it 3rd and 5. Ball on the 36. Severn lines up here, looking to capitalize on it. Timeout, Curley.
Timeout Friday.
It's the first timeout.
Let's see what they...
Seems to be if there's some miscommunication on the field or not. If you're into football, but you're also into soccer, we also are live streaming soccer games in the future. Our next live stream game for soccer is Monday,
September 16th, 2019, and we're at home against a Bel Air.
Now game time is at 4, so our live stream would probably start around 3:30, again with our commentators coming on about 5 minutes or so before the game starts. Soccer's doing pretty good too. They just had a big game against Calvert Hall last week where they won. So hopefully they can keep their momentum going.
Hopefully both of the teams use good use of that timeout to be able to gain the upper hand.
Severn lines up here, 6 minutes left, 3rd down, 3rd and 5. In the I-form formation, looking for a first down. Seems to be a pass play. QB throws it, seems to have somebody open, but Curley's able to pick it off.
Interception.
Interception. And they keep running.
That's passes. Intercepted.
Nice interception by number 2.
Seems to be a flag on the play.
That was a nice interception by Jamal Avery. Jamal, sorry.
Seems to be a flag on the play. Seemed to be a very underthrown ball. Looked like he had the Severn receiver in stride.
But by the time the ball was thrown, the person that he was planning on throwing it to was just too far out in the field.
First down, Admirals.
Seems to be pass interference was called on Curley. The ball will get placed at the spot of the foul. So Severn getting a big break here, looking to capitalize on the call.
Let's see if this affects Curley at all.
Severn lines up.
Or Severn.
1st and 10. Looking to pass. Ball again seems to be a little underthrown, having the receiver have to dive back to grab it. Unfortunately, he was not able to, so it's incomplete.
Thank God, because I think they needed to hear him on that one. I thought you may have given him instructions or something before he got here. How are you?
Severn lines up. 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to move the ball. Seems that they're going a little bit more pass heavy here to get that ball moving. Put the ball in the end zone. But they go right back to the run. Able to push through for about 3 yards.
Gets pummeled once more.
Makes that 3rd and 7. Be interesting to see what they do here. If they change up the play calling at all, maybe change the formation, go for a passing. And the run game seems to not be working so much on Curley. You know, they're getting about 3 or so yards, which is good, but they're only getting that every other play.
Yeah.
You know, if they kept running it and get 3 or 4 yards every play, well, you're going to keep getting first downs. You're going to keep moving that ball. But with every other play, you're only going to get 6, 8 yards every 4 downs. So that's just not working for them.
Yeah, it seems like they need to change it up.
Yeah, it seems,
a little bit.
Yeah, they keep going back. Here we go, run 3rd and 7. Again, pushes up for about 3 yards.
I mean, it seemed like at the beginning they were doing this at the beginning, but then they changed it up towards the middle of the first half, and then now at the beginning of the second half, or quarter, sorry, they are back to that same sort of idea.
Severn brings on their punt team, it looks like. Be interested to see if they fake it here. It is a punt. Curley returns it. He's got some blocks. Able to weave his way up for about a 10-yard gain. Refs are going to stop him with forward progress because he's not moving anymore. So refs are just going to call the play
Looks
dead
like
there.
he was in a chokehold for a second there.
So Curley gets the ball
That was a
about
nice.
the 27-yard line.
Was a nice push by number 7.
It was a very good push. It almost looked like he had the blocks, but then Severn was able to close up all the holes and break all those blocks to then get him down. So Curley lines up here.
Again, very strong wind over here.
Curley runs the ball to the left. Able to get 3 yards on the play.
Thompson will carry for into the 2nd down Friars.
Curley motions a man. He look for a pass. Hits a man open. He catches the ball, and he's running.
He is running!
It doesn't look like anybody's going to catch him. And he is in for the end zone. There's number 6, Devin Thompson.
Second touchdown of the night by David Thompson.
Devin Thompson.
Devin.
He's able to run the ball. He's able to catch the ball. There's nothing that Devin Thompson cannot do. So Curley's able to put more points on the board, making it 30-0. They're looking for the extra point. Extra point is good. Josh Knapp again. It's perfect. He was at 5 for 5 on today.
I don't know how Severn is going to make up for all the lost points here.
Well, Severn needs to have some big play, and they need to have it now. They need to have it before halftime. You know, they're going to get the ball
There's only
with 3 minutes and 17
Yeah.
seconds left. They'll have their 3 timeouts. They'll have the 2-minute 2-minute warning. So You know, they need something here. They need some sort of play, whether it's a field goal, whether it's a touchdown. They need something, and they need something now. For this kickoff, we have another announcement.
Reunion night. Attention alumni of the classes ending in 9s and 4s. It's time to celebrate reunion night. This year's event will take place on November 29th, beginning at 7 p.m. in the SDR. Be sure to sign up in advance through the school's website. We look forward to seeing you there.
Curley lines up for the kickoff. Severn is back to return. Seems to be a good kick, puts it back in the end zone. Severn will elect not to return it and let the ball drop for a touchback. That puts the ball on the 25-yard line.
Touchback for the Admirals. First down.
I love him. I love it.
I'm sorry, that puts the ball on the 20-yard line, not 25. Excuse me. So Severn gets the ball. 3 minutes, 17 seconds left on the clock. 1st and 10. Looking for some big plays, big yardage. And they need something right now before going into halftime. Seems to be timeout called. Maybe some confusion on the play. Curley calls the timeout, so now they are down to 1 timeout left in this quarter. Maybe there was some confusion on Curley's side, some subs they wanted to do.
Hopefully they make good use of it.
And number 7, Josh Nat, the kicker, also seems to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, so they're using him any way in which they can. Seems just to be playing almost both sides of the ball. It's a versatile player.
It's good to have that. I mean, the more ways that you can use a player, the better.
Severn lines up here. Single back formation, 4 receivers, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. There's a run play.
Gets about 4 yards.
4 yards or so, makes it 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
You know, while it's still good to run the ball because you want to keep the defense honest, you want to make sure that they're playing both sides of the ball. It seems just down this much you would want to be throwing the ball, or going to your go-to plays that you know where you can at least get 5 yards on the play rather than just running the ball for 2 or 3 yard gain. Seems to be a screen pass.
And we'd hope that Severn would catch up on that right now, but just keep doing the same thing.
Next pass complete to number 11, Joe Kantowski.
When the screen pass seems to actually be
3rd down.
But the Severn player was able to at least get up to about the line of scrimmage again, but there was no gain on the play, so it makes it 3rd and 6.
2 minutes and 30 left on the clock.
Severn passes the ball, gets about a 1st down.
I mean, you'd think that maybe Severn would be using a little bit more of their timeouts, but...
Well, they're probably going to wait till after the 2-minute warning to use them. They don't want to use them too early. They're going to want to save them probably if they can get close to a field goal to call a timeout with about 3 seconds left to get that last-minute field goal if they aren't able to get the touchdown within that time. So it's 1st and 10 here, Severn lining up after that big play. Looking for another pass.
Oh.
Threw just a little high to number 4. Able to get about
But
a
I feel
fingertip on it.
if 4 did catch that, that might have been a good play.
He had him in stride running to the out of bounds. So that's actually going to make it the 2-minute warning.
It's 2 and 10.
Second down. Severn lining up. Single back formation. With the receiver motioning. Seems to be a screen pass.
Dodge pass complete, number 15.
Makes it about 3rd and 5 with that complete pass from Severn. Now we are officially at the 2-minute. Oh, I'm sorry. We're taking Friars used their last timeout. You think they would want to use, save one of them till later. It gets closer to maybe catch their breath or something, but they use their timeout now. During this timeout, we have another announcement.
Attention alumni from the classes of 2015 to 2019. Don't forget to take part in this year's Young Alumni Lunch on December 19th. Enjoy a free lunch provided by the Alumni Association while catching up with former teachers and classmates. Contact the Alumni Office with details on how to register.
Severn lining up. Curley's already out on the field after their last timeout. Severn lines up in the single back formation.
It is 3
Looks to be a
and
pass.
5.
Curley's blitzing, making the quarterback run. Pass seems to be underthrown again. There's an incomplete pass, making it 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Making it 4th and 5. Curley looking for a big stop here. I wouldn't be surprised if Severn just punts the ball to hopefully have their defense hold Curley so they don't get any more points this half. That looks exactly what they're going to do. Severn's lined up to punt with Curley lined up with the punt return.
Nice punt by Severn.
They're going to let the ball roll all the way down to about the 10-yard line. That was a good punt from Severn. Let that ball go all the way back. Now they're just going to look for that hold from their defense for the next minute and a half.
Ladies and gentlemen, please don't forget to
It's
visit
interesting that I guess
located
Curley didn't expect them to punt.
Either that or it was just a low punt and Severn got lucky with the bounce. So the bounce was able to go all the way back to the 10-yard line.
And the fact that Curley didn't even go and try to get the ball.
Well, it was a low punt, so maybe if he would have touched it, it would have made the ball live. So he thought better just to let it roll, see how far it can go back. Curley looks to pass. His arm hit as he is throwing, but the refs will mark it down as incomplete. That could have been,
It's 2nd down.
if Severn would have got there about half a second sooner, it almost could have been a fumble, and that would have been a big turnover for Severn if they could make a fumble and recover it. Curley lining up. 2nd and 10, looking to get a 1st down. They motion. They run a screen to the right side. Number 4 is able to run out. It's Denzel Evans able to let it outside.
No gain.
Fortunately, they're saying that there wasn't a gain on the play, even though he could have gotten 1 yard or so. They're saying there is no gain on the play. That's going to make it 3rd and 10 here. You know, Curley really looking for that first down. They don't want to give the ball back to Severn, put it in their hands with their 3 timeouts left. Severn can make something big happen. Severn's actually going to use a timeout right here.
Timeout Admirals.
So that's going to put them down to 2 timeouts. Might have been some confusion, some subs that they, last minute sub that they want to make sure that they got in.
Give everybody a chance.
Give everyone a breath. Long timeout. You know, Curley's probably discussing, you know, what they can do to get this first down, because they definitely don't want to put the ball back in Severn hands. But Severn on the other side is probably talking about, well, how can we stop them? How can we get the ball back in our hands? You know, if it's 4th and 10, you know, Curley should just look to punt it. But maybe Curley's only looking to get a couple yards just to go for it on 4th down. Gun formation, pass.
Just misses.
He had 22 open. 2 defenders. Two defenders were run into each other. We have a soccer ball.
Just falling on the
going
field.
Coming into the stands. We have JV soccer playing right behind our stand. They are winning 3-1. Let's go Curley soccer.
Here, give it to him.
Curley lines up here for the punt. Able to punt it with the looking for the good bounce. So Curley's punt to about the 46, 45 yard line. So it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Severn, heading the other way, with a minute exactly left on the clock. Severn's really looking to get something here, some sort of points. Really don't want to go into halftime with a 0 on the board, whether it's a touchdown or a field goal. Looking to put some sort of points on the board. Severn lines up here, I formation. Wide receiver out to the right and to the left. Currently making some changes to the defensive line. And it is a run to the right with Curley stuffing it. Oh, but it looks like he could break a couple tackles. And Curley's right back on there with the tackle, making it no gain. Actually losing a yard makes it 2nd down. 2nd and 11. Severn looking for that to not happen again. Severn lines up, I formation. Go right back to the run, looking to get something. It's about the biggest run they've had. It's about a gain of about 15, maybe about 16-yard run, so that's a big gain. Exactly 1 second left. I mean, right now, if they were to kick a field goal, it'd be 50-yarder. They're probably not going to take that chance, so they're probably just going to do an all-out Hail Mary play to get a touchdown on this. Curley's going to line up for defense. They're going to drop back. This is going to be the last play of the half.
Not even, maybe even a full play. I mean, only have 1 second left.
And they decide to run the ball for about a yard. And that will do it. That will put us in the half.
That's the end of the first half.
There were some good things about this half. There were some bad things. I think one of the good things is Curley really was able to establish a run game. They were able to pound that ball early to then hit them over top with the pass game and then still go right back to the run game. And Severn just couldn't compensate for that. But the biggest thing that hurt Curley were the penalties. I think it happened at least twice where Curley was down and it was 1st and goal on like the 2-yard line, and then penalties later, and they pushed that ball back all the way to 20. So that's something that they are going to want to not do in the second half. For Severn, they are going to want to do better with the ball. They want to get first downs. They want to move the ball. They want to run it. They want to pass it. They want to move that ball into scoring zone, whether that be a field goal or a touchdown. So that'll do it for the first half here. We will see you in 11 minutes. Once you
1 minute left in the soccer game.
And we are back here for the second half. Again, I am Randy Noppinger. I am the new club moderator of this, and I am joined by a new commentator, Evan McNelly. It's spelled like McNeely, so it's hard sometimes to pronounce. It's not hard to pronounce. We're back here for the second half. You know, some key points that Curley's going to want to keep doing. They're going to want to get that run game strong. When they run the ball, when they make that clock move, they are able to take time off the clock, and then they can hit them over top for a passing touchdown. And Severn is really just looking to get some sort of points. Because if Curley were to score again a touchdown, they would hit that 35, and rules for high school is if it's a 35-point margin, then the clock just keeps running and running and running, unless for like an injury or a timeout, but the clock would just keep running.
Agreed.
So Evan, what are some key points that you think that Curley needs to focus on in the second half?
I agree with you. Keep running the ball more fluently. Then they also need to get the passing game in sync. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Defense and offense are they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
So
The soccer game, JV soccer, just ended behind us, and it is 3-1. Curley won that game. Be interesting to see how much Curley gives the ball into Devin Thompson's hands. He has 2 touchdowns today, 1 passing, 1 rushing. So they're going to look to get him involved in this second half again. Curley is getting the ball. Here's kickoff from Severn. Curley fields the ball. Breaking a couple tackles, getting some blocks.
2 flags
able
on
to
the
move
play.
up. He's finally tackled. There are 2 flags on the play. It's interesting, that he caught the ball instead of letting that ball go out of bounds, because then that would have been another penalty on Severn, and they would have put the ball at the 40-yard line. But he caught it in a weird angle, and maybe he just lost where he was. Curley getting pushed back here, so it's probably
Holding on the Friars. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 11-yard line.
missed the call. There's probably a legal block in the back or holding on the punt team. So Curley lines up here. Shotgun formation, the same formation that they've been running. A motion tight end over, looks like. Good jukes from number 6, Devin Thompson, again. He had good jukes, able to push that up to a first down. It almost looked like Severn was going to be in the backfield there very quickly, but then he was able to bob and weave his way out. You can hear some dogs in the background. We are a pet-friendly school during games, so please come see us. Bring your pet. Curley lines up. It's another run. Able to get about 6 yards or so.
That is Devin Thompson again.
Really just keep giving him the ball. In the second half, It's interesting to see some of the players come out of the locker room and how they have to keep warm with it being so cold and yet so windy still. Wonder if any players have been affected from how the colder it is, whether their muscles have tightened up or not. But Curley looks to still be warmed up. They go with the pass. Pass is tipped. You know, that would have tipped the wrong way. That could have been intercepted by number 15 on Severn.
Pass is incomplete, intended for Elliott. It's 4th down.
And Justin Queen in Severn almost had a chance on the ball.
It's 3rd down.
Third and about 3 to go. Curley lines up in the shotgun formation. Same sort of run that they just did. They do it again, go back to it, and unfortunately only get about a yard, maybe actually lose a yard on the play. So it's going to make it about 4th and 4.
That was a great play call by Severn. They blitzed during the run.
Yeah, they were able to get in that backfield, kind of blow up that play.
Yep. Punt formations for both teams.
Looks to be a late substitution on Severn. They actually call a timeout before Curley's able to hike it, because then there would have been too many men on the field. So Severn just calls the timeout, takes it safe. Because you don't want a penalty like that, especially on like a 4th and 4, because a penalty like that puts it, you know, first down. That gives Curley more of a chance, gives them another chance to score. So you absolutely do not want to give up a penalty like that. Punt formations again from both sides.
Has a lot of time to get the punt off.
Fortunately, it looks like a little bit of a short punt. Kicked it more towards the out of bounds instead of middle of the field.
1st and 10 at most.
So Severn gets the ball, 1st and 10. At about the 40-yard line. Severn really looking to do something here, try to get some sort of points. Single back formation. Formation that they went to a lot during the first half. Go for a wide receiver screen. Able to get a couple blocks and get about 5 yards on the play. Maybe 4 yards. So it's 2nd and 6.
It's 2nd down.
Severn really looking to get this ball moving. Severn comes out. And it's a pass play. And it is intercepted by the cornerback. That number 5.
That is Jacob Biggs.
It is a great interception by Jacob Biggs. He's able to read that play.
Curley football, 1st down.
Like it actually looked like a pretty good pass going to the wide receiver, but Jacob Biggs was just right there, able to jump up and get his hands up. So even if he didn't intercept that, he was at least gonna
bat that down.
Yeah, bat that down, intercept that. So that's a good play for Curley. Now they got the ball back at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. And it's a pass. He's hitting him deep, and he's got him in stride, number 11. And he's still fighting for the yards. Refs aren't signaling a touchdown yet. They're saying that he is out at the 1-yard line.
That is John Monk.
John Monk with a fantastic grab. You know, Curley last drive not being able to move the ball, having to punt, and then they hit a big play like that. It was just astounding, hitting the receiver in stride, able to have his hands out for him to pick up yardage.
Yes, that was a perfectly placed ball by the quarterback.
Curley in goal line formation, pounding it right up the middle, number 33.
Ronald Clark.
Ronald Clark, touchdown, Friars.
And with that score, that puts Curley 37-0. So now we are at the 35 mark, and now the clock is just going to keep going and going. There's going to be no stoppage of the clock now. Clock's just going to keep ticking off until Severn can get some more points back on the board and kind of break that 35 margin. Josh Knapp here, going for the extra point, and it is good again. He has not missed any field goals or extra points today. So he's looking very good kicking the ball. While we're waiting, we have an announcement from the Alumni Cup soccer game.
Calling all fans of Curley soccer, come support the Friars on October 11th under the lights in the Curley Bowl for the annual Bernie Reef Alumni Cup game against Calvert Hall. Admission is $5 and game time is set for 7 p.m. A reception for Curley soccer alumni will take place in the SDR following the game.
It's a very good drive from Curley because now that clock's just going to keep running. So while they have the lead, the clock's just going to dwindle down to this game. Exactly what Curley wants, just giving them Severn less and less time to have the ball in their hand. And Severn's going to look here to get some big plays, do something, get some first downs. Kick returner was able to bob and weave his way up to about the 25-yard line. Ball is placed on the 25. Just to show you how much this clock has ticked down, it's already been about 2 minutes from the last touchdown to Severn's first play. So within that time, all that's happened is an extra point and a kickoff. So that's a lot of time off the clock for Severn. Something that Severn's not looking for. So they come out, first down, 1st and 10. They run the ball. About 2 yards on the play.
It's 2nd down.
Severn has to hurry up if they want to have any chances of a comeback.
Exactly, especially with this clock that just isn't moving at all now. Severn comes, lines up. I-form formation. 2 receivers outside. Another pass. He breaks off 1 tackle. QB breaks off another. And he breaks off a 3rd. Curley's finally able to get him down for a loss on the play.
That is Denzel Evans with the sack.
Todd is tackled by number 4, Denzel Evans.
That was a good play for Curley. It looked like the QB for Severn was going to be able to
scramble out of that.
Yeah, and get out, but Curley able to
sack him.
Yeah. So after that play, Severn able to move the ball, but unfortunately is still 4th down.
4th down.
About 4th and 2. You know, at this point, are they going to go for it or are they going to punt it? That'd be very interesting.
They're sending on the punt team now.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, sending on the punt team instead of trying to actually go for it. Curley trying to get their substitutions on, or off, suppose. Didn't get in formation. It was a late sub. Seems to be some confusion on Curley's side. Punt was a short punt. Severn's just going to let the ball go all the way down.
While we are waiting, what happens if Severn scores a touchdown?
Right, so if Severn were to score a touchdown, it would basically go back inside that 35 mark. So the clock would then kind of go back to normal, and it would, it would stop after an incomplete pass, stop after certain things. But until that happens, this clock is going to keep running unless there's an injury or a timeout.
All right. It's 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock right now.
Curley looks kind of in a run-heavy formation to really just start running out this clock, but a big hole opens up.
That is number 24, Julian Howard on the carry.
Julian Howard, he has a touchdown on the day.
First down, Friars.
And they go right back to him, about a gain of 15. So while Curley's trying to run the play, just run the clock off, they're going to get big yardage, something that they're not going to complain about. Again, come back in a run-heavy formation. Go right back to Julian Howard on a toss, who fumbles it. Severn has the ball, and Severn gets it after the unfortunate fumble from Julian Howard.
Number 12,
Covered by the Admirals.
Alex Lashkari.
1st and 10.
Is able to pick the ball up. So now Severn has it 1st and 10, looking to score. Looking to get a touchdown.
It is in the 3rd quarter, so they might have a chance of a comeback if they score on this drive right now.
Yeah, but that's if they score on this drive, and they score right now.
Yeah.
They need big plays to go their way. But that's a turning point. That is a big play that could start going their way now after that fumble. So Severn lines up, I formation.
That is offsides on Curley.
Curley, number 53.
5-yard penalty in the Friars. It will remain 1st down.
I think that's the 2nd time he's actually jumped off sides, earlier having one earlier in the game.
Yeah, that's the thing that Curley needs to focus on, is avoiding all of those penalties. So yeah.
Right, it's just, because penalties, you just keep getting them and they just add up.
That is number 21, Colin Irving on the carry.
1 minute left in the 3rd
quarter.
Quarter.
Down.
I was going to say period, but
Yeah.
it's quarter. And Severn looking to get a 1st down here, get a big play. I think one thing, like you just said, that has hurt Curley the most has been just penalties.
Mm-hmm.
There's been holdings, there's been, the offsides. It's just one thing that Curley needs to work on the most, because it's just so much yardage that they're just giving the other team.
Severn also has to work on moving the ball up the field, whether that be by passing or by running.
And right now they hit a pass play.
And that is a flag.
Todd Best is incomplete. There's a flag on the field.
It looks like pass interference.
Yeah, on Curley. So that would be a big play for Severn. It's the end of the 3rd quarter, and in between quarters we now have an announcement about homecoming.
Attention all alumni and friends of Curley. Homecoming 2019 on October 19th is quickly approaching. Don't miss varsity soccer taking on Loyola beginning at 11 a.m., followed by varsity football versus St. Paul's at 2 p.m. A reminder to our soccer alumni that the alumni soccer game will be taking place that morning beginning at 9 a.m. and the alumni tent will be opening up at 12:30. Don't forget to attend our annual pre-homecoming party at Della Rosa's Perry Hall Pub on Honeygo Center Drive beginning on 7 p.m. on Friday, October 18th. We look forward to seeing all members of the Curley family on homecoming weekend.
Speaking of our homecoming weekend, Curley football will be playing St. Paul's at 2 p.m. and our varsity soccer will be playing Loyola at 11 a.m. So please come out for homecoming. Come support your Curley team.
Severn has the ball on the 29 yard line. Almost intercepted by Curley.
Almost, yeah, number 32 looked like he had a play on the ball, but unfortunately just wasn't able to. For some reason, you know, it kind of looks like the teams didn't switch sides, didn't switch fields in between quarters. Also, on that last play, the clock didn't move at all. So, because it was pass interference on the defense, so Severn was able to get at one untimed down in the third quarter. So now it's technically the fourth quarter with this play. So that's why they are switching now.
Yes.
Severn lines up here in the fourth quarter, looking for some big plays to go their way. Wide receiver in motion. Curley seems to be attack on the blind side, able to wrap up the QB.
That is number 56, Paris Brandon.
Able to sack him for a big loss.
Nope. Actually, it was Raheem Soko.
So now 3rd and 20. Now, this is not the way Severn wanted to go. This is not someplace that they wanted to be, especially down 38. So looking to get, you know, maybe not the first down, but some big yardage back to then go forward on 4th, or even put themselves in field goal range. You know, they need to start scoring some sort of points. So whether it's just a field goal. They're gonna go play action. They fake the run and throw it over top. The receiver catches it, but he catches it out of bounds. This is a good grab, good extension, but unfortunately he just could not get his foot in.
It is 4th and 20.
After the incomplete pass, Severn lines up.
Punt formation.
Clock down to 10:30. It's a short punt. Curley's not going to take it. They're going to let the ball roll. Severn lucks out on the roll.
4 yard line.
Yeah, about the 4 yard line. So it's going to put Curley back deep.
That was probably one of the best punts we've seen today.
Yeah, that was a very good punt for Severn. Very good to just
put it inside the 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter, so we are winding down here.
Clock is still rolling because Curley is up by a 35 lead.
Curley lines up here with the ball on the 4.
Most likely gonna run it to just chew at the clock.
Looks like Curley didn't have their center on that last play. Maybe there might have been some miscommunication, some confusion.
That is a huge part of the offense.
So they didn't have a center to snap the ball. So unfortunately, Curley is gonna have to waste a timeout there, which stops the clock at 9:20. And during this timeout, we have an announcement about our upcoming career day.
Calling all Curley alumni. Are you interested in sharing your passion and professional wisdom with Curley students? Take part in our annual Career Day program on November 21st. Contact our alumni office and learn how you can join in on this year's program.
So Curley lines up, 1st and 10 after the timeout. And that's an interception by number 19 on Severn.
That is Devon Joyner.
Must have been some miscommunication from Curley's aspect, because that was a little touch pass that was immediately picked off by Severn. And he was able to intercept that at the goal line and take it right in for a touchdown. So that puts Severn up to 6. So the score is now 38-6. So now we are under that 35-point margin. So the clock will run like normal now, as you can see with the clock being stopped. Severn lines up for their first extra point. High snap, Severn takes it, and it is good. So it makes it 38-7. So a little bit of life from Severn off of Curley's mistake. Should be interesting to see if they can now take this momentum and do something within 9 minutes. You know, the game's not over till the scoreboard has triple zeros. So anything is possible within that 9 minutes.
Correct.
I think one of the biggest things Severn's going to need to do is rely on their defense to stop Curley.
Yeah.
And then Curley's biggest thing,
The penalties.
yeah, is penalties. Make sure they don't get penalties and they can just have the ball in their hands and just run this clock out.
Remember, that drive, that interception, all started with that great punt on the 4-yard line. So
a little bit of second life here from Severn. While we're waiting for Severn's to come up, we have a little bit of announcement on reunion night.
attention alumni of the classes ending in 9s and 4s. It's time to celebrate reunion night. This year's event will take place on November 29th beginning at 7 p.m. in the SDR. Be sure to sign up in advance through the school website. We look forward to seeing you there.
Severn lining up for the kickoff. They kick it off, and Curley kind of jumps around in his hands, but he gets some blocks, gets some holes, and he's still running. Runs all the way up to about the 46-yard line.
That was a great gain by number 13, Daisani White.
It'll be first down.
That's exactly what Severn did not want to happen on that kickoff. Good field position means Curley, all they really need is about, 1, maybe 2 first downs. That puts them in field goal range. Kick a field goal and get right back to this 35 margin for the clock to start going down again.
Looks like on the 46-yard line.
Curley lines up. Looks like they have their secondaries in. They took out all the starters because of the lead. Low snap. Flag on the play.
On the play.
White on the carry. There's a flag on the field.
That was thrown near the backfield, so it might probably holding on Curley. This play might be coming back. Yep, holding on Curley. So this will negate the run.
Another penalty.
Another penalty on Curley.
Yep.
That is probably the biggest thing that Curley needs to work on is their penalties. Their penalties have just killed them in this game. Yes, they've been able to score often, score fast, but their penalties just keep racking up. Got some substitutions here from Curley last minute. Curley lines up, shotgun formation. Handoff, number 13, who gets some holes. Gonna make it second down.
That was Dysani White again.
White with the carry. It's second down.
Able to run the ball up for about 7 yards. It's good, makes it a easier second down. Referees are stopping play here. Unsure if it is a timeout.
Referee timeout?
There must have been some confusion with the referee, so now it's it's the referee timeout. Now it's over, so we're back here with play. Curley lining up, shotgun formation. We've been in this formation a lot today. They run the ball. The big hole opens up for Dasani White, and he's going.
Number 13, Dasani White on the carry.
That was a huge game.
We're seeing him a lot now in the later stage of the game.
Yeah, there's a huge hole that opened up right for Dasani. He cuts right between kind of like that left tackle, left guard area, and is just able to just take it for 15, 20 yards. Low snap on the ground. Dasani White is able to get the ball in his hands and run for probably about 10 yards, maybe a little bit less, maybe 8 yards on the play. Make it 2nd and 2.
This next score is going to be crucial for the Friars, because if they score any kind of points, they're going to be in the lead by over 35 points, and the clock's just going to keep ticking and ticking and ticking.
Right. Curley's really looking to just kind of end this game, get out of this game, end it as soon as possible, because the longer you're in a game like this, how cold it is, your muscles are going to start cramping up, people are going to start to get injured, and that's something that you really don't want to see. So after that play, kind of go to the shotgun formation, go to that run again with Dasani White.
It's third down,
kind of punching right through the middle.
Third and 2?
They got to the line of scrimmage. So it's 3rd and 2. Curley lining up again. Give it right back to Dasani White on the outside. Looks to almost have a hole, but unfortunately, Severn's right there with the tackle again.
White on the carry for gain of 4. First down, Friars.
They do get a first down, however. Ball on the 11-yard line. It's not quite 1st and goal, but just right there, about a yard short. Curley lines up. Give it right back to Dasani White on the left side, who has a hole, able to stretch out. But they are not saying it is a touchdown. They are saying that he is down on the half-yard line.
Not quite. But
not quite. Not quite. Fortunately, we cannot review plays in here. We are not at that level to review plays. Curley cannot challenge this. Refs actually put him on the 1-yard line. So Curley looking to punch it in here to get this touchdown, get that clock moving again. They give it right back to Dasani White, who almost had a hole, but Severn was able to close that up very quickly and tackle him for a loss on the play. You know, that's one thing that Severn's been doing a lot is, you know, showing the holes, but then absolutely, you know, finding the holes and closing them up, not allowing Curley to run. You know, it only seems to really work. Curley's run game is when they run outside. They run in the center, you know, they're not getting as much yards as they do outside. So Curley lines up, 2nd down, 1st and goal. Motion wide receiver, and they hand it right off to him. Wide receiver, run, and he's not able to get it. Puts him on the 1 again, makes it 3rd and 1.
3rd down.
Curley looking just to punch it in for a touchdown.
This will be interesting what play call they designed for this.
Yeah, I mean, for something like this, you ran it twice up the middle.
Might be a QB sneak. Nope. Hands it off to the back.
You just punch it in, and he's able to break a couple tackles, and he's in. That's another Curley touchdown. So that puts them up 44-7. That makes the 35 margin. So the clock keeps running. So now we're down to 4 minutes and 30 seconds already. And by the time the extra point and kickoffs happens, it'll probably be close to 2 minutes.
That was number 33, Ronald Clark.
That is his first touchdown of the day. Curley looking to get this extra point, Josh Knapp. He's been perfect so far today. Hasn't missed an extra point or a field goal. Hopefully he can just make this in, make it 45-7. Low snap, ball is on the ground, but it is good. So Curley's at 45, Severn's at 7. We're at 3 minutes left. Now here's a quick announcement from our open house.
Do you have a son interested in a Curley education? Are you alums of Curley? Are you planning to attend this year's open house? If you answered yes to these questions, be sure to register for our annual Alumni Sons Reception during open house weekend on October 26th and October 27th. Contact our admissions office for further details.
We are back here. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Curley's looking to kick it off to Severn. Curley's really just looking to get out of this game now. Call it quits. Make sure nobody gets injured, nobody gets hurt in these last couple minutes.
Because of the Cougar campaign with the defensive, they run a little more play after. That's why, yeah. No problem. Busy day.
Here's Curley kicking the ball off. Curley kicks it off. Severn. Oh, ball takes a weird bounce. Severn not ready for it. Severn only able to get about 4 on the play. Not much.
Number 24, Connor Layton on the return. First down, Admiral.
For this next play, we have an announcement about young alumni.
Attention alumni from the classes of 2015 to 2019. Don't forget to take part in this year's Young Alumni Lunch on December 19th. Enjoy a free lunch provided by the Alumni Association while catching up with former teachers and classmates. Contact the alumni office with details on how to register.
Severn lining up here. 1 minute left on the clock. You would think with how this clock runs, this almost might be the last play of the game. They elect to run it up the middle with their fullback.
Both teams are just trying to avoid any injuries.
Yeah, just kind of run it up and just run the clock out.
It's second down.
Maybe one more big play just to finish it off.
Be interesting to see if Severn doesn't even try for the pass and just does a simple run play, not trying to score.
We'll see.
They motion the wide receiver, and they run it right up the center again with their fullback. So with plays called dead with 20 seconds left, and that will most likely be the last play of the game unless Severn hurries up and hikes it. If you liked our broadcast, please subscribe, like, share, do anything with this to let people know who we are. Please subscribe to the YouTube page, as it helps us kind of grow this in the future. So that does it for the game. So we want to give some shout outs to Joe Petrozak, number 70 on the team, Denham Evans, number 3, and then Denzel Evans, number 4. But of course, we'd like to give a shout out to all of our Curley guys. It was a good game, good fought game by both teams. Curley just able to score quick and score fast. And that will do it for our broadcast. Thank you.